Good morning. Today we're gonna do a buying guide for the BMW 5 Series, specifically the F10, F11 platform with the diesel engines, but we're gonna touch a bit on the older ones and the newer ones as well, because the later years for this F10, F11, they share the B Series engines with the newer ones, so some of the things applies to the newer ones, to the G30s. Okay, we're gonna have a look at the potential failure points, also the checks that you can do when purchasing this vehicle, because when you go see a vehicle like this, it's not like the seller is gonna allow you to do too many things to it, but I'm gonna try and touch upon the things that you can do in that place and have a general feel for the vehicle. With this said, let's grab a flashlight and have a look. First, we're gonna have a look at the engine. Let's see how this goes, like this. Okay, open the bonnet and have a look at the engine. Have a general feel of things, like have a look if the wiring is in its place, if it's routed correctly, the pipes should be the same in their place, how everything looks, if they are in their correct position or not. This should give you an idea how the vehicle was maintained, if it had sloppy jobs or that kind of workmanship done to it. If you have a look and the general feel is okay, everything looks nice and in its place, you can move further. The next one you can do, and is pretty easy, take the coolant expansion tank cap off and have a look inside. Be careful, if the engine is hot, you're gonna have some pressure. Coolant should be blue in color, should be on top of max, and you should not see any other fluids like oil or whatever else contamination can be in here. Should be nice and blue. After the coolant check, the expansion tank, you can move on this side. You can move to the oil filter housing or oil cooler. Have a look if it's wet, if you have any signs of coolant leak or oil leaks from it. It's a plastic housing. From heat it can crack in time. This is a common point of failure for these BMWs. You can rebuild this. You can buy the gaskets or you can replace. I've seen some metal ones, which I think is gonna be a good upgrade. I'm gonna do in the future. Also, you have a elbow or a plastic pipe coming from the radiator. Is this one here the same? Check if you have any wetness around it. That should be nice and dry, otherwise you're gonna meet the tow truck very soon. Another thing that you can do quickly, have a look where the under tray is. Have a look for the same wetness, any let's say grease or things like this. That should not be there. Should be nice and dry. That's how it should look. Next check that you can do, you have the vacuum lines here on this side. Check them by touching them, squeezing them a bit. They should be nice and soft. On the 3-liter engines, you have plenty of them, so you should check them to be sure they're okay, because those can cause like EGR problems, turbos not spooling up. You can have all sorts of issues because of those. On this side, this is pretty much what you can do. Moving to the top of the engine, if you can take the top cover off quickly and raise this protection up and have a look where the injectors sit. You should see it basically like this, a bit dusty. You should not see like a clean surface. That means somebody cleaned this before you coming to see the vehicle. You should see it a bit dusty and no wetness around it. I have a bit of, let's say, wetness here. I presume it's gonna be something to do with the valve cover gasket for this injector. It's gonna be done soon, so no problems there. But this is what you're looking for: a bit dusty and no wetness, diesel or oil or anything else. Okay, moving to the left side of the engine, the same valve cover. Where the valve cover meets the block, you should not see oil around here. That means your valve cover is failing. You need to change it. Is around, for a good one, you're looking around 2 to 250 plus labor. Again, you can have a look in the exhaust area. If it leaks, it's gonna leak there. You will see oil on the exhaust bracket. The same on this side. Have a look, have a general feel here. No oil should be on the under trays, no grease. Apparently I have a zip tie fallen over there, but it's fine. Another common failure point is this breather hose. Just have a look at it. If you see any oil, don't squeeze it. If it's damaged, if it's, let's say, bad, you're gonna squeeze it and probably collapse it. What else can you check? Okay, another one. This is not very common. Take the oil cap off. The oil cap should be nice and clean. You should not have any residual on the oil cap itself, like that coffee grind kind of feel. It should be nice and clean. If you have that residual stuff, that means the oil was not done in time. The service probably was skipped, and you know, that could lead to other stuff. Let's put the cover back. Okay, start the engine as well. Listen for any, let's say, abnormal sounds, pulleys, other stuff that can appear. These B series engines, they're not common for timing chain failure, at least not that common. Depending on how well it's been serviced. This is my opinion. Never take in consideration BMW specification, like for the oil intervals, is absolute garbage. No vehicle will last with the 20,000 service intervals. This was the main problem for the older generation, for the N47. When they put that on the market, they extended the service intervals so they can sell to companies, to fleets, and also the timing chains were moved in the back, and of course it was some adjusting period. But luckily these newer ones, you don't have that many issues. The older generation 3 liters were quite reliable, apart from the B turbo or the 3 turbos. Those generate a lot of heat on this side of the engines. You can have lower bearing problem. The oil is getting cooked, let's say, in the where it's supposed to flow, and you don't have flow. That can lead your engine to go bad. What can I say? For the newer ones, they're too new to have this kind of issues, but I'm guessing it's kind of the same. Any car that has hot V's or engines, big turbos next to the block, it will suffer with heat generation, and you can cook the oil, especially in the small compartments where it needs to flow. Coming back, as I said, this generation suffers a bit with the EGRs. What you can do, you can change them, clean them to keep this in check. For these newer ones, is like They updated it's like an updated N47, so you don't have this many issues. If you do your checks correctly, the engine was maintained, should be really nice to own, and they last for a long time. Okay, this being said, I think this is the most you can do for checking the engine. Moving a bit down to the front of the vehicle, if you want to check for some damage, or if the car was damaged in the past, what you can do is lift this quickly and check the headlights. As you can see, this one, you have a sticker, and if you go down, you'll see a BMW logo, meaning the headlight is original. Also, you have this logo here. If you go to this side, this one doesn't have any sticker or anything like that, and also the logo is missing, meaning this was replaced. Mine had a love story with Bambi's mother, but I'm getting there. I've changed the headlight, and it's gonna be back on its original value, let's say. I need to replace the bumper, but it's gonna get done as soon as I have some time. Anyways, this is how you can check if your car was damaged. Headlights first, have a feel here if everything aligns. Mostly is listen, I'm a technician, I'm not a body guy. I do what I can, and for my eye, this is perfect. What else? You have the flaps that should open when you start the engine and you have the aircon on. Check this as well. They are a common failure point as well, so check them to see if they open and close with the aircon. If they do, that's something off the list. In front, I think this is all you can do, all the checks you can do to see exactly how the vehicle stands. Also, these headlights, they suffer a lot with condensation, water ingress. They're not that expensive. I would recommend just changing them, because with around $250 you can buy a good headlight, so you're looking about $500 to change the headlights to have some new looking ones. Okay, let's move a bit to the body and what you should check when purchasing the vehicle. I think I touched upon everything here. Okay, body wise, you should see the gaps kind of the same. You should not see excessive gaps in one side of the vehicle or another. They should all pretty much line up. That's one thing you can do visually, inspect it visually. Everything should look nice and even. I forgot to say about the DPFs, but I'll touch upon it quickly. Go to the tailpipe, put your finger in, should be like this. Both of them, as deep as you can go. Yeah. If you get dirty or you see here like a lot of residual, that black thing, it means your DPF is bad, or you have other issues. You can have turbo related issues, EGR issues, something that makes your EGR to get clogged or not burn properly. Okay, going back to the body, you can't, I don't think the seller will allow you to check other things, but you can't check the suspension putting your fingers like this and going to the other side and look pretty much for the same gap. For mine is ish. If it's not the same gap, if you see major differences, it means you have some problem with the suspension. Could be anything from a coil spring to damaged components, so make sure to check this. Another thing you need to check, the back, the same, do the finger test. You should not hear the pump. This is the suspension on the rear on the F11s is air suspension. You should not hear the compressor or anything working. Mine, I barely know is there. I never hear it. So if in the, let's say, interval that you check the vehicle, you open the door and you hear the pump, it means you have a leak. You should not hear those at all. Check the brakes to have good wear on them. Run your fingers through, have a look at the pads. A good set of brakes, brake discs and pads will set you back around 500. So feel them with your hand. Have a look for uneven wear or any marks or grooves inside. Basically, I have one that's not working correctly here. So I will need to do mine pretty soon. After you checked the body gaps, suspension, as much as you can do, brakes, have a look at the tires. Start the car, turn the wheels, and have a look for how the wear pattern is. Should be the same. Okay, let's do this quickly. The wear should be even. You should not see more wear on the inside, outside, or in the middle. You should see a nice even pattern. The same if you can do with the back. Put your head underneath, check the pattern of the tires if they are wearing the same, even. That's what you're looking for. Obviously with the engine on, you can hear it a bit. You should not hear any odd sounds, knocking or something like that. Another thing that's important, stickers. Check the stickers to have them. I don't say they can't put them after repainting, but usually it's a good indication that the car has not been repainted. I think that's kind of all I can say about the engine and the outside. We're gonna go inside and check the functionality, let's say, of the gearbox, and take it for a quick spin. When you get to the inside, make sure you press all the buttons, check the air conditioning to be nice and working. Spin the steering wheel a bit. So the same if you hear any noises that could indicate problems. If you hear any knocks, could be suspension related. If you hear any whine, could be the steering box could be failing. So pay attention to that. Okay, when it comes to the gearbox, I'm gonna explain a bit how you should use it first of all, and also what you're looking when you buy for a good healthy gearbox. So basically, it's on the park position. You put your foot on the brake and you put it in drive. What you're looking for is nothing, like you don't need to feel anything. If in the moment you put it into drive, you feel like a small push or a judder, or you feel like the car is trying to move away, that's a bad indication of the gearbox not being serviced or future problems. What you're looking for is like this, nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Only when you lift your foot from the brake, the car should go forward or backwards, depending on where you want to go. For example, let's go in reverse, the same. You don't feel anything. This is a good indication that the gearbox is functioning properly. Also, when you are in drive or reverse, first put into neutral, raise the handbrake, and then press park. This is how you should operate this gearbox, and I think 99% of the automatic gearboxes. When you do the test drive, the same. You should not feel any signs of like harsh changes or stupid downshifts or upshifts, or the car is like putting into higher gear for no reason at all. This is what you're looking for when buying this ZF transmission. They need to be serviced every 70,000 miles. You can go with the ZF transmission oil, sorry, and you need to put the filter. The filter is in the housing, so you'll have to buy a kit. It's not that expensive to keep. So again, good transmissions. Do your checks properly, and you should have a good vehicle. I think that's about it when it comes to the BMWs with the diesel engines. As I said, these B series engines are quite good. The 2 liter, the 3 liter. Timing chain issues, not that much. Everything's kind of sorted. Again, depends on the maintenance. So that's one of the common things that people should investigate. N47, then the older ones, yeah, they had some timing chain failures. Again, as I said, with that generation, BMW introduced the long service intervals, and also they try to sell to fleets. That's why this bullshit. People have done the service at long intervals, and they destroyed their engines. Other than that, they're not bad vehicles to keep, to maintain. I've seen like more generic, more common vehicles which are more expensive to upkeep. So I think at this price point and what they are and what they offer, they're in my opinion, they're kind of best vehicle to get. Especially this 5 Series. Comfortable, easy to drive, fuel economy is good, and not that many things go wrong. So yeah, that sums it up. Should we do a test drive? Yeah, let's do a quick test drive, see how it goes. That's it. It's a bit complicated to exit from here. Again, what you're looking for is smoothness with the gearbox, with the engine. Listen for any noises. The cabin should be nice and quiet, and if everything checks out, put the money in the seller's hand and you got yourself a nice BMW 5 Series.